Oh, okay.
We are live. Hello, everybody. Everybody breathing?
Is everybody breathing?
Everybody calm?
Check to make sure you're breathing, please.
It's crazy times.
Yes, it is. It certainly is.
For those who have not seen, I posted on my community chat a video from astrocartography astrology with Helena that goes through a lot of the astrology. You guys were also talking about cosmic owl astrology. Y'all can go look at those videos. Goes into a lot of the astrology around this and having to redo something in November, December. So I'm not going to talk too much about that. You guys can go watch it. Please, the only people that I allow posting links in the chat are moderators. So please don't be posting a bunch of links in there. Please try not to talk about what other readers are getting. It's distracting. So if you start talking about all the other readers, we know everybody's been scrambling and doing videos. Just try to focus on what we're asking tonight. As you can see, Johnny is not here. Becca's out with Braxy. Braxy was pitching a fit, so she'll be back in a minute. Johnny is not here. Johnny has decided he does not want to read on politics anymore. And this man in particular, as he put it, he's just not going there. And he's been thinking about that for a while as he posted a video talking about it. So, he may occasionally join us, on Petty Booths when he feels like it. But at this time, right now, he's not doing political readings. And that doesn't mean we won't get together with him and do some readings on non-politics,
And some gossip and spill the tea and some Diddy stuff or who knows.
Yeah. And Lori and I both read full time for a living. It pays our mortgage and everything. And even personal readings, you can get burnt out on it every now and then. You have to take time off. You have to step away from it every now and then. Even personal readings can, get to be too much every now and then. So I've gotten much better. I don't know about you, Lori, but I've gotten much better about scheduling time off a little bit and having downtime.
Yeah, I'm better about what I need to do on what day and how many I allow to, or how many I get to do.
Yeah, if I do too many in a day, then I'm burnt out and
people begging. Yeah, I don't want to be. You want to be at your best.
Yeah, that's me. I want to be fresh. I want to be all in. When I'm doing personal readings, so I don't overschedule. For those who want to book a reading with Lori, go to thewayofpositivechange.com to book a reading with her. I highly recommend her. I would personally get a personal reading from Lori. If you ever see me in videos with someone, that's my way of quietly endorsing them, that I would get a reading from them. So, yes, this is Roro Bethcat over here. If you would like a personal reading with me, JenLynTarot.com. Or if you'd like to purchase a gift card for a reading for the holidays coming up, JenLynTarot.com, just click on gift cards. Now, when you're booking readings with me, if you see an opening, like right now, I don't have an opening till January. If you see an opening in November and it looks like there's an opening, but then it doesn't let you book it, it's probably because I blocked it out. If it doesn't let you book it, it's not available. I probably blocked it out because I'm going to the dentist or getting my hair done or something, so don't be emailing me like, I tried to book, there's something open on the 14th and it's not letting me book it. Well, then that means it's not available. Try January. January is the first date I have available.
Good.
How's Braxy?
There's Becca. People are asking about Alfie Oakes. So.
Yeah, Alfie Oakes down in Florida.
In Naples. He's just like a stone's throw from where I live. Well, more than a stone's throw. You'd have to drive the stone, right, Becca?
Yeah, I know exactly where you're at, Lori.
Yeah.
There's one more person that I would highly recommend watching his videos, and that's from 16 years ago. His name is Stephen Spoonamore, and he has videos talking about how hacking can be done on the totals, on the tabulations.
Wow.
He's been preaching for years that we need paper ballots.
And I was skeptical about the whole Starlink thing because I didn't understand, huh?
Sorry, I have to. Somebody's saying Johnny has returned to the Terra Witness Protection Program again.
I was very skeptical of that because I didn't understand, because in my mind, the machines are not hooked up to the internet. So I'm like, I'm going to dismiss this as conspiracy until I came across a local news station here in California, Tulare, which is the Central Valley. It's Fresno, Bakersfield, Tulare, Visalia, Lemoore, Hanford, Fresno, up in that area. And they were interviewing a woman at the local place where they were polling people. And she was saying, yeah, we had no problems. Thanks to Starlink, there was a couple of problems with the machines doing something. Forget what exactly she was. And I was like, oh my God. And then I remembered, I was like, that's why he was in California in the last week when he shouldn't have been. And then I remembered when North Carolina just had the hurricanes and Elon Musk rushed over there to hook up Starlink. And I'm just like, wait, I'm going to preface this by saying, I don't want to sound like they did in 2020, but it's not a stretch to think a guy that stole it in 2016, tried to steal it in 2020, didn't try to steal it again this time, so.
I've been saying it since the start of my channel in 2018, and especially 2018 with the midterms I was reading on, that there were hacks going on, that there was interference. And if you look at Russia, they have interfered in Moldova, Romania, and the country Georgia.
And I was talking to
in recent weeks.
If Stephanie's in the chat, I was talking to a friend of mine, Stephanie, and she sent me a link. I'm going to have to look it up again, where somebody was looking at the totals in one of the states. I think it was North Carolina, for a certain district. And it was showing more male voters than female voters. However, the total of male voters exceeded the male voters in that district, which is the same thing that happened in Georgia. Remember, I sent you that story, Jenny? So it's like,
I remember hearing it. Yeah.
So I'm expecting, I would hope that there would be a forensic analysis after, and another thing that got to me was in 2020, it took them 3 days to count?
Yes.
3 days. This time we knew in the middle of the night, and there was an interview that they did with him. Donald Trump, he always admits it. They did an interview with him and they asked him if he would accept the results of the election. And he said, I think so. I don't think there's any fraud going on. They've informed me that we should know by 11. So we had record voter turnout, but somehow they counted everything up in just a few hours, and we still have states that are counting. You know what I mean? It
was too fast.
It was way too fast, so.
And then you got Joe Rogan saying that Musk knew 4 hours before everybody else that it was done, that he had some app designed to tell him.
And then there's
the results of elections. Well, how would he know unless he has an app he had created linking into Starlink or something?
He's going to get called in for questioning. And then this guy, Alfie Oakes down here, I don't know what he did, but they were saying again about the DOD, Becca.
And I had seen something about that, but I have not seen reports. And this is what I will say about that. I saw that the DOD was there because I sent you the link. Remember, I was like, have you seen this? What is this? And
we read on it.
I had seen somewhere somebody was saying that Alfie had contracts with DLA. DLA is a Defense Logistics Agency, which I am familiar with because I work with them. And they were saying that he had contracts with the Defense Logistics Agency for foods and vegetables for the bases up north in the Panhandle, Jacksonville, and Pensacola.
Okay.
So, but it's just like, okay, so what did you do to DLA? You know, the Defense Logistics Agency. I mean, if the Defense Logistics Agency, you get everything from them. Think of it as like your Costco or your Walmart or whatever. You need batteries, you go to DLA. You need tissues, you go to DLA. You need tires, you go to DLA. Do you see what I'm saying? So I was like, what did you do to have DOD if you had a contract with the Defense Logistics Agency showing up at your house? You know, like it just doesn't, it's just weird, you know? So.
Well, for those who don't know who Alfie Oakes is, he's a huge Trump supporter. He's also an anti-vaxxer, but he's a huge Trump supporter. He's good friends with Laura Loomer and Mike Flynn. And we were asking off camera, will there be more raids this week? I got Coffin House Moon, which is a yes. We asked if Alfie was raided for election interference. Tree Fox Ring. He's linked.
Yeah, he has Oaks Farm. You know, it's Alfie Oaks Farm, and then the restaurant, and the business called Seed to Table. So
The
Yeah.
tree
And
that
he also took paid for a couple of busloads of people to go to January 6th while he flew on a private jet to go to
Oh,
January
okay.
6th.
Now
But he
that I-
was at January 6th.
that tree is probably something related to that Oaks thing that Lori just said. Something to do with that Oaks that he was involved with in fraud. That links him somehow. And what did that Oaks thing? Is that a warehouse, Lori?
no, that's his. Well, yeah, but I mean, it's for his farm and the workers and where they bring the produce because he has a farm.
And he employs a lot of illegal immigrants also, by the way.
Oaks Farm, and it's called Seed to Table, and he sells like Farmer Joe's on Pine Island Road is a big grocery store that and all of Oaks tomatoes are over there, you know, for you to purchase. So and then he supplies restaurants, and he had an agreement with Lee County Schools.
You told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, he had an agreement with Lee County Schools and the school, you know, that right here by me, and you would see the trucks all the time. And he got that back when Obama was in with Michelle Obama when she tried to get, you know, more vegetables and stuff into the cafeterias for healthier eating for children. And so anyway, when he was pushing anti-vaxxing and he was pushing anti-masking, Lee County ended their contract with him. They said, it's just too controversial. We're trying to put masks on the kids to keep from spreading the crown bug, and you're creating havoc, and you know we can't do this business with you anymore. Yeah. So his whole contract here in the red of Redum.
Yeah.
Got revoked.
And that's the thing, though, when they were saying in the chat, DOD and Secret Service and DCI, which was also there, is not going to show up at your house for a civil matter of you not paying millions of dollars in loans. That's not going to happen. Department of Defense and DCIS and Secret Service is not going to show up at your house for a civil matter. He did something big. To get those alphabets on him.
The guy that was wearing the IRS shirt, I think, was just camouflage, you know, to make it look like something else. But he got the hell out of there fast when they were he didn't stick around while they were raiding his house. He got in his car and left. I guarantee you, he's sitting in his car like, you know.
Yeah. Oh well, he said, "Go Trump, fight."
Yeah,
fight.
No, they didn't arrest him. They just raided his house. What did they raid, Lori?
And the packing warehouse
and the packing warehouse,
or the farm, the processing plant.
And
yeah.
see, they were saying in the chat, the loan officer said that they did not rate him because of the loans. Those people are not going to show up if you defaulted on a loan. Those are not the guys that show up at your house, you know. Otherwise, you know, they would have been at Trump's house his whole life, you know. So,
well, and the other thing that really struck me as funny, and I called Becca about this Friday. Todd Blanche, his lawyer, and also what is her name, Lindsay Halligan or something, his lawyer down in Florida on the documents case. Both of them had their phones hacked. I'm trying to find her name, Lindsay
I thought you had it right.
Halligan and Todd Blanche. Well, Todd's was hacked by supposedly China, and he was notified by the FBI. Lindsay's was hacked by Iran for entertainment purposes only. YouTube. I said, Becca, how would they know their phones were hacked? Because when if I get a spammer hacks into my phone, Verizon isn't calling the FBI and saying, "Oh, check Jen Lynn's phone. It got hacked." They would. The only way they would know, I would think, is if they had FISA warrants on these guys and had them under surveillance.
that's the only way, because you can't just start watching people.
How would they know they were hacked? So we were asking, how did U.S. Intel know Todd Blanche was hacked by China? Crossroads Bird Tower Ship Book.
What was it?
Crossroads Bird Tower Ship Book.
Crossroads Birds Tower Ship Book.
Like the conversation was.
They were watching him for conversations he was having, conversations and meetings that he was having with people from abroad, foreign, possibly in regards to elections, because the Crossroads is there. And it's not just China. There was probably other people that were listening in, because the Crossroads is multiple. So there was probably more than one person listening into the conversations that he was having on his phone, the Birds, conversations and phones, with official institutes or institutions from abroad that he was doing in secret. And they were also watching him in secret too, you know. So
yeah, we had Trump's team put out all those fake polls also, that suddenly started screwing up the totals and everything. So I asked, were the fake polls that Trump's team had created used as a roadmap for election interference so that their numbers would match up, so they could say, see, no, we were polling this way all along. And so I was like, did they put these fake polls out there as a roadmap for interference? Letter Stork Bouquet. That's a yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how many of these we would want to go into, but
sorry, I don't know if you can hear Braxy, but she's going to town on her bone back here. So,
when I asked if Lindsay, I hear, is Lindsay Halligan under surveillance by U.S. Intel, Tower Garden Stars? That's a yes.
mm-hmm. And to further the conversation that we're having here, a few months ago, if you guys remember, Rachel Maddow did a whole segment on her show talking about just how weird it was that Donald Trump was telling his people, I don't need you to vote.
That's exactly.
I have all the votes that I need. I don't need you to vote right now. We don't need your votes.
That's what he said verbatim.
Verbatim.
Yes.
And even Rachel Maddow played the tape. And this goes back months. I think this was during the summer.
He brings Musk on board. Remember, he had Musk down at Mar-a-Lago. He brings Musk on board, and then in June is when he made that comment. I don't need your votes.
So
he brought Musk on board in April, May, and Musk started his America PAC, and then all of a sudden, I don't need your votes.
So I do not think that it would be a stretch for a guy that cheated in 2016 and 2020 and then is telling you, I don't need your votes, that he's not doing it again. So with that, put that in the back of your mind,
Yeah, Becca turned me on to this, like, why was Musk wearing a black hat? Y'all Google that. Google black hat. But
Google black hat.
Where was he wearing a black hat?
When he
At
showed
the
up,
Trump's rally.
at the Trump rally and he was bouncing around the stage like a Teletubby with his stomach
Oh,
hanging out and
he-
stuff, and he was saying "Dark MAGA, Dark MAGA." Well,
Yeah, he was
there's
calling
a-
attention to his hat.
there's a thing. It was very nuanced, and I didn't catch it until I was sleuthing around on the internet and found
had no
a bit
idea.
of information, and then had to go verify. Yeah, it's Black Hat Hackers. Black Hat
I don't
Hackers.
know any of the. Oh, someone else is saying that in there.
Black Hat Hackers.
Serena. Okay.
Like white hat hackers hack for the good, like to get information out, or whatever. Black hat hackers do nefarious things.
Mm-hmm.
Rose blue, dork MAGA. He's dork MAGA, not dark MAGA. He's dork.
Dork MAGA.
She's right, because he keeps trying to be popular. He doesn't. Becca and I were talking about that. He doesn't have the it factor. He doesn't jump right.
No. Did you, Lori? Did you see the little GIF I sent you of the Teletubby? I think I texted it to you, and I said, or was it somebody else? I texted them a GIF of the Teletubby, and I said, live view of Elon Musk, and it's a purple Teletubby dancing
No,
around.
I didn't get that one. No, I didn't get that.
It
That
looks
was
just
somebody
like
else.
Elon Musk. I was like, there's Elon Musk.
He wants to be a celebrity. I mean, if you remember when he was on SNL, he was like all excited to be, oh, I'm funny, I'm a celebrity, look at me, and it's like, no, dude.
He's just
No.
No,
he's gonna I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Go watch the Grand Tableau. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah. Watch the
Becca's got
Yeah.
a great grand tableau on him. So I want to know, for Joe Rogan,
Oh, it was
does
you,
Elon-
Mom? It was Mom. I sent the Teletubby gift to Mom. She just said, she was like, it was me, Becca. Sorry.
That's okay.
I want to know, does Elon have an app that is connected to the tabulations of the elections? Because nobody should be tapping into our
Joe
tabulation.
Rogan said he did.
Yeah, Joe Rogan said he did, that he knew 4 hours before it was announced.
Wow.
That Trump had won. For entertainment purposes only.
That
YouTube.
Elon, does he have an app that's connected to the voting tabulation
Mhm.
numbers? Does Elon Musk have it? Where's Chris Krems when you need him?
Thank you, Running Sloth. She just put a thing in about the black hats.
Does Elon Musk have an app on his
And mind you, Elon is not that smart. He didn't create any app. He had somebody else. So every time he gets somebody else to do something for him, there's a chance of leaking, right?
Exactly.
What are you getting, Lori?
Okay. So I don't get that it's one thing, it's a combination of two. So maybe there's two apps that are two things that go together, but it isn't. Is that my microphone? Okay, so there's two that come together. But the light will be shown on it. So I don't think that he just worked with one person. I think he worked with two. There's two other kings here.
I wonder who those are, but I wonder if it was Putin and somebody else, or Peter Thiel and somebody else. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Well, it'd have to be the tech person to put it together.
yeah, because everybody's like, oh, he's a genius. No, he's not. He just pays people to do it. He just pays people to do stuff.
And this is at the bottom, so it's all secret.
I get that Two of Pentacles too, but I get he's kind of out in the cold from the tabulations. I get it was a signal to move because they were being constricted and he didn't like what he was seeing, that they were losing, and that's when he put somebody to work to bully Kamala out. So that may be when he saw okay, this isn't going well, and that's maybe when he signaled somebody to hack.
I get it. Whatever it was, it's deeply embedded and it's manipulated. Fox House Coffin, it's manipulated to when they start losing in certain areas, flip the switch. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because it's Snake and then Ring and then Garden. There's a link in there somewhere, a malicious link to the network. So this would be malicious here. So like wires, cables, whatever, signals, it's linked to the network. But it was only done when he started seeing that they could manipulate where he was losing. Does that make sense?
When he saw he was losing. So my next question is, did Starlink play a role in our election interference and results?
Okay. I just got to turn the air up just a minute.
Okay. Did Starlink play a role in our election interference and results? Because he has over 6,000, actually, I think it's over 7,000 Starlink satellites. That's a lot. Did Starlink play a role in our election interference and results?
You guys go first. Did Starlink play in tabulating our election?
I get a big old yes. And their work isn't done. There's something else they're still doing. I get change in manipulating the votes for me. Pinnacles or votes. Votes for the woman. Very happy to do it. There's a yes. Changing things. There's another yes. And this was done with global actors. I'll put it that way, like a global soldier, so to speak. So he had help. What you getting, Becca?
Yes, the moon, the coffin, the key, ending someone's career significantly. But yes, it did play a role with the key. They had access to it, answers. It was like an access point. So I get a yes. Did Lori go?
I am looking at mine. I feel like they didn't want him to have anything to do with this. They didn't want him to have anything. They did not want to partner with him, or whoever runs that or something. There was not an agreement. Somebody was not happy with this. Whatever started, and then I'm so confused. All I can come up with is that Putin is involved in this somehow, whether it is along with Starlink, because all I'm coming up with is it involves more. It isn't just Starlink.
It's a network.
So, yeah, and then there's my Russia card. So it isn't just Starlink.
So it's not exactly what it appears, right?
It is not what it appears. It's a magician. It's not what it appears.
What were your first two cards, Lori?
It was the Lover's card, which is a partnership and a choice, and somebody did not want the other person here. Someone didn't want the deal. Someone didn't want Starlink.
Choice.
There was a choice.
I wonder who that could be.
I mean,
so there were rumors that Elon Musk was starting to shut down some of his Starlink satellites post-election. Like,
yeah,
okay, is he trying to block people from tracing to certain satellites? I want to know, is he shutting down some Starlink satellites that were involved in election interference? I want to be very specific that were involved in election interference. because he shuts down satellites all the time. He shut them down on Ukraine when
I feel like I need to. Oh, well, it's going to be on the cards. I showed the cards. It'll be on this clip here. Okay. So what, did he shut them down?
is Elon Musk shutting down some Starlink satellites post-election that were involved in election interference.
Mom just said to Lori's question, somebody didn't want the deal. There's a hacking group called Fuzzy Bear or something like that. It might have been them. They might have not wanted to partner with him on this one. But I think Fuzzy Bear is out of Russia. Fancy Bear.
Okay.
Didn't want to partner with them. That's what she's saying.
Okay.
Thanks, Mom.
They're like GRU guys, right?
Did Musk
Is Elon Musk shutting down some Starlink satellites post-election that were involved in election interference?
I just keep seeing Merrick Garland's face. Yeah, he is. He absolutely is.
So what cards are those? The High Priestess and the, who would that Queen of Swords be? Would that be Kamala Harris? Or
I mean, it could, but it could. We ask if something was cut down or stopped, and this is a cutoff. Okay.
Oh, you got, oh
I
wow.
get a yes too. I get a yes too. Queen of Swords Judgment.
I get the rider, the fish, and the tower. He's trying to run away with it before the authorities show up. A lot of authorities.
And link it. That's a big yes. He's moving now because he knows investigators are coming. And I think this is, this can be my Putin card or it can be my Biden card, but I think it's Putin because it's a global implication to Putin and Russia involvement. He knows they're already looking into it.
What else did you get, Lori? You got the...
Because you were saying that he can switch off something. I keep getting that this is either 2 locations or 2 systems.
So
when we were asking about that app.
Or 2 satellites that were used.
Or 2 places where they can be switched on and off. So the way that that Stephen Spoonamore explains it, he's saying that it's really simple, that there's some type of program or whatever in the actual machines that you can set them to run during a certain period of time. So it's like a switch, like an on and off switch. But then other people are saying as well that when the votes were being tabulated, okay, so at the tabulation where they go to get the totals, there was another switch there that was switching them or just discarding with a code. So like if you get a ballot that has this, for every 4 or 5 you take it off and then you use this one. Do you see what I'm saying? So it was like a program. So they make it sound like it was in 2 different areas where they had, and this reminds me of that movie Office Space, when the guy makes, I think his name was Michael Bolton, when he makes the program to steal money from the company, but he's high, so he screws up and he puts too many decimal points. That's what it, because if he would have just if he would have made it so obvious that it was a cheat, right? All the 7 swing states, all the blue wall states, I mean, it was just the popular vote by a 14 million point or a 14 point swing. It's impossible, like it's just doesn't. He shouldn't have made it.
The swing is, the gap is too big. I found it interesting too because like Musk on Twitter, he got real upset. There was a tweet that he and Biden both did congratulating somebody in sports, and I can't remember who it was. Biden's tweet got like 9 million views, where Elon's only had 1 million or something like that. Like he got a lot more views on his, and it pissed off Elon. And Elon changed his algorithms in Twitter to where he will always be the biggest thing on there. So he had him change the algorithms that all of his tweets would multiply times 1,000 to make him look like he had 354 million people or whatever that saw his tweet over Biden.
I would love to be
Eddie.
fly on the wall to see his raging narcissism and Trump's raging narcissism, because they are going to kill each other. And when one of them gets caught, you better believe Trump's going to throw the Teletubby under the bus the first chance he gets. Like the first chance he gets, you know? I mean, I'm here for that match.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
It's insane. That whole. Let's ask, what's the future of Trump's and
The bromance.
Musk's relationship?
The bromance.
How
Yeah,
long is
the
it going to
bromance.
last? What's the future of it? Yeah, that's what I want to know.
In,
We were both
going
thinking
into
the same.
2025, what's the future?
Will it even get there?
Teletubby, that's so perfect. And Mike Johnson will cry and crumple like a used tissue. Y'all are so funny. That's why we're here.
All right. How long will the bromance last?
Muskrat love.
Muskrat love. That's a good one. Oh man. Okay. Sunday night.
Teletubby. Well, he must be Poe, the one that looks like he has the phallic symbol on his head. Tesla Tubby. How will their relationship be in 2025?
Oh, is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I asked how long. I'm sorry. Well,
Okay, that's okay.
okay. Well, it's not going to be, I mean, it's all sunflowers and riding naked on your horse, but then the full moon comes in here. So this is, they're going to have a problem by Friday. Friday's the full moon. The only other thing this could mean is that no, they're not stable. The hooks are off the ground. They can't. It's not
Yeah.
happening.
I'm getting they'll move on from this. You watch. Trump will be, when Elon's caught up in this, Trump will be like, Elon who? You know, he stood on your stage with you. Elon who? There's going to be a surprise assessment of the relationship is what I'm getting, because of stealing through a network votes and the investigations coming in. So this relationship is not balanced. One of them did manipulations to block and to make Trump look stronger. Yeah, this relationship, we're going to hear about this. Somebody's going to talk and this relationship will end.
Down goes the Teletubby. Down goes the Teletubby.
Teletubby down.
Aren't Teletubbies supposed to be from like outer space or something? Because they have that little thing.
so.
Yeah, it's perfect for Elon Musk. What did you get, Lori? For
Yeah, I get that. You know, that it's all fun right now.
uh-huh.
You know, they're having the parties and the get-togethers and everything, and then there's, you know, they're not. Then this is usually full moon or eclipse, right? This is all planetary here, and oops, it's hard to do this backwards. And so the full moon is Friday, and I think that it starts.
Is it Friday or Sunday?
Friday, the 15th.
Oh, the 15th. Okay.
Tomorrow.
Stick a pin in that number, Jen.
November 15th. That's big.
And here comes the Knight of Wands, and it ends in
Oof.
broken dreams.
Broken hearts. I get that.
That comes up in all the astrology videos. That full moon is huge. It impacts Trump's chart, Kamala's, Biden's, the election, the U.S. chart. Like that, this full moon is huge.
And there was a read that we did last night where we asked for a date and we got bear and mice, 15 and 23 within that time frame. So I get that relationship is not good. It's not good. The tree and the cross, you're going to start seeing some growing pains. How about that? Some growing pains between the both of them. Right now, their collaboration is mostly one out of it's the ring, the bouquet, the ship, the birds, and the crossroads. It's the relationship as it is right now. It's only one or two parties are only in it because it favors them, and because of the communications that that they're having with others abroad. But when the caca hits the fan, one of them is going to sing like a bird, and eventually they separate because they're going to sing and then they separate here.
There's going to be jealousy about who's talking to Putin the most, you know?
Oh, yeah. Or who's getting the most attention, or who's getting the most money, or you know, like you were telling me, Laura, when we were talking on the phone when the Teletubby went to the rally and he was bouncing around on the stage, and you told me Trump was looking at him like all side-eye, like he's taking attention away from me.
Yeah, and he can't stand that. And he can't stand uncoordinated people.
Yep.
He does not like
well, he's doing the jerk off dance.
Yeah, but he doesn't look that way to himself.
No, he looks in the mirror and he sees Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime when he was in his 20s.
That's exactly right. It's like old men, they can't see their belly and they think the 18-year-old wants to be with them, you know? And they
exactly.
We got Teletubby and the circus clown. So
not the circus clown, the radioactive Oompa Loompa, because I don't know what he's done to the orange, but it's like,
ooh,
got it.
He doubled it.
He's turning brown skin now. It's like a deep burnt orange now. It's so dark.
I haven't been able to I haven't been able to do too much research because I've been really crazy busy, but has he said anything on his Truth Social, or has he, like, is he tweeting anything? I didn't see anything on my.
The last that I saw is he is demanding that the Senate does not allow Joe Biden to appoint any more federal judges. That's the last thing I saw. But I don't.
He's already appointed a record astounding number.
And I think Biden is trying to push in some more. But the last I saw, he was screaming at the Senate to not let him appoint any more justices. And it's like, all right, homeboy, you really think. But
well, like they've been saying, should Sotomayor, who seems to be in good health right now, thank God, should she, because she's in her 70s, should she go ahead and step down and let Joe replace her now? Just like Mitch slammed through somebody as soon as RBG died. But it's like, it's kind of risky. Like, would we get someone through in time?
Can I ask a question?
Evan?
Biden invited Trump to the White House for a meeting. It's supposed to take place on Wednesday.
And Trump still hasn't signed the documents for security clearance.
Can we ask what's that meeting going to be about? What are they going to discuss? Because I'm just a little curious. In my Delulu brain, okay, my fanfic that I'm running in my head right now is he's gonna show up and Joe is gonna be like, "Take a seat, Donald," and freaking FBI, CIA, Department of Homeland Security.
Little tap on the shoulder. Have a seat, son.
That's the fanfic I'm running in my head right now. Like, I don't know if I'm over here like high on the hopium, but you know, I'm just curious. What's that meeting gonna be about?
Okay.
That was actually a question I had for.
Oh, did you?
That's okay. We'll do it now. I'm jumping around, so that's good.
Okay.
What is the meeting going to be like Wednesday between Joe Biden and Trump? Start Brandon coming up. Because one thing that Becca and I were getting in pulling cards off camera was that Intel has been totally aware of this for a while. And because of what's going on in other countries, they're not surprised guys.
Well,
And for those who are fed up with readers and talking about leaving the country, well, the number one trending videos right now on YouTube are places to move from the US. So go watch those videos. You don't have to watch us. You want to
yeah,
move out of the country, go watch those.
I did hear, I forget if I did hear like intuitively that Canada would be next. I think that I got that hit when we were doing the one of the classes, and it was just so clear. And I've read on that one premiere, that lady that keeps hosting Tucker Carlson up there in Alberta. I don't remember her name right this second, but she's bad, MAGA.
That guy, I hope you're doing a double row of 5 on this one, not just 3 cards.
Oh, he's good. Okay, you guys go.
What are you getting, Lori?
I get that Trump doesn't really want to go. He does not want to go. And it's like they're going to feed him a bunch of gobbledygook. Like, just, it's almost like a shell game. It's the shell game, you know, where you put the peanut under the shell. See, I've got this 7 of cups. So, I'm a little confused about this, but it looks like, in the
It's
first
a
place,
trap.
I think that Trump's saying, I may be there. I might be there. Because he doesn't want to go. He's trying to, he does not want to go. But Biden is not making commitments to reveal something. This is a bunch of, it's almost like they may give him false information about something to see if he'll go back and tell it to like and go repeat it to somebody so that, okay.
They're going to bait him, is what I'm getting. It's a trap.
They
It's a
feed him
trap.
gobbledygook.
What did we talk about this card? It's a trap.
Okay.
It's a, I get, go ahead, Lori. I didn't mean to
Oh, no, I was done. It's like, all I could think of was like, oh, here's a bunch of gobbledygook that doesn't make any sense. And then it's like, okay, then we'll just wait and see what you do with that.
Yeah, it's a trap. Like security, U.S. Intel, that kind of thing. Like they're setting him up about the votes. They're gonna put out all these things, and it's gonna transition into just a tower moment. They want to see where this information goes, if it goes overseas. So I don't know. They may tell him like, oh, well, Russia's interfering in elections in Moldavia. Like they may bait him. There's some kind of baiting, but they're holding it close to their chest. They're going to bait him to see which way he goes with it. They may even let him know about some of the connections that he's got. It's a trap. It's a trap. They want to see what he changes, what he lies about. This is like the beginning of the end, because this is like treason they're trapping him in. This is
plot twist.
This is big. This is big.
It's a plot twist.
What,
So
when you get
I accidentally pulled too many cards because I was looking for the birds and I was pulling and I accidentally pulled too many. So I just kept pulling until I made it even. I got a double line here. So the first top row, it's a long
that's
line.
probably because while you were concentrating, I said, I hope you're pulling a double line of 5 or 7 or
I
something.
meant to do a double line of 5, but I over pulled on the original pull for the top line. So the top line, man, ship, whip, scythe, birds, cross, tree, and snake. The meaning, they're going to tell him something about conflict overseas and stuff with weapons. Okay. And the growing problems that we're having. perhaps with a certain region that is ultra religious in some sense. So I don't know if that would be Iran or I don't know, between Israel and Pakistan. I don't know. It seems like there's they're going to talk about one area that it looks religious, and there's a betrayal there. There's a lie. He's going to tell him a lie about something that's going on with a conflict abroad, and perhaps another area where there's something religious going on over there. That's the top line. The second line, it's a trap. The snake, because they're suspicious of him. It's a trap to see how soon he'll go and transfer that information and move along with it to give it to someone, because it was promised, because of the agreement to help him secure the election. So it's Fox, Clover, Storks, Ryder. So there's that suspicious person delivering that information because it was promised. Ring, Anchor, Crossroads, and Key. It was promised because this is what, in exchange for you helping me get access and get winning the election. Okay. So now I'm going to do, hold on. They're going to see who he goes and tells this to.
That's what
and
I
how
got.
far away it goes. But they are watching him, like
It's under surveillance.
you know, and then it goes Fox to Whip to Ring to Tree. So they're if the Fox is a spy or espionage, they're watching him for espionage because they do not trust him. And there's something here with an enemy that there's going to be there's a conflict of interest here with another person. You know, and there's a very strong relation. There's a really strong possibility that this guy is going to betray somebody that's very close to us. So I don't know if that would be like the Ukraine or what. Man and Fox, so a man that's suspicious, a man that is crafty, a man that's setting a trap. So this could be Biden, or it could be Donald Trump, because it would also be a man that is a fraud, a con man.
Mm-hmm.
Whip and Storks, this person has abused something to change it. Birds and Ring, this person had communications and they know that he's meeting with somebody routinely and has made promises. Tree and Crossroads, because of the election, he wanted something solid for the election. A foreign opportunity, a hack that's delivered, Scythe and Ryder, danger that this person has ties to someone from abroad that's delivering danger. They're going to nail him right here. Cross, if this is guilt and this is the arrival of it,
Wow.
they're going to nail him. And then the last two, for being a liar and a backstabber and a betrayer,
Yeah.
right here. So in my fanfic head, this is it's not, we're going to arrest
You
you
keep
right now.
getting that there's a trap being set, and this is one of the traps.
Well, it shows in his grand tableau. It's man, house, fox, snake. So he gets in a very like a burglar, but he's trapped. They get him in a trap. And not to get anybody's hopes up, but Kamala has been telling us from the day one, I'm here to prosecute the case against Donald Trump. You know, so it's like in my fanfic head, I'm like, dude, he's going to go to the meeting and they're going to freaking arrest him. And, you know, like, but no, they're just bringing a trap. They're just bringing a trap.
Let's go there for a second. Kamala, her concession speech is trending all over the place, that it's coded. Her language is coded. And my favorite thing isn't her language, it's her body language. If you watch where she says, oh yeah, and I called Donald Trump, she does this little, like, looks away from her hand. She does this little flip off gesture, like whoosh.
You know, she's like, yeah.
Very dismissive. Like, she knows she's the VP. She sits in just like Mike Pence sat in on security things. She knows. So I want to know, was she coding her concession speech? What was it she said too about something in the stars, Becca?
That's my next question. Remind me, because we'll circle back to that if that's okay.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Was she coding her language in her concession speech? That was my favorite thing when she's like, Trump. I called Donald Trump.
I couldn't watch the concession speech.
Oh, go watch it because it's interesting.
Jenny and I watched it. Well, she watched it and I listened to it on the phone because I was like, Jenny, I don't know if I want to watch it. I'm too scared right now. So I called Jenny. She watched it and I was listening in on it. And she was like, and then after I heard it, I went back and watched it and I was like, oh yeah, I'm good.
I had to pause it. I said, oh, Becca, you got to go watch it because she does this flip off hand gesture about Trump. Very dismissive. Like, I'm not even going to look at that man.
I'm telling you, it was so coded, and I don't know. Maybe it's because I read too many books and I'm living in Delulu land, because maybe this is one of the 5 stages of grief, because I refuse to live in the reality where that monster gets back in office, considering the mountain of evidence that they have against him, But in my head, dude, I'm like, this is coded, But what'd you get, Lori?
I do think that she was. Yes, I definitely think she was
speaking encoded language. What cards did you get?
Yeah. I got the world, so I think she was trying to appeal to everyone. Yeah,
not just Americans. It's
right.
like this. I have my America card and the world card. Like she's trying to let our allies know something too.
Yeah, and possibly even something to like dissuade the attacks, like so that he couldn't say anything negative about her because he wouldn't get it, or like someone wouldn't get the code. And then there was also something in there about something coming to an end. So I didn't see. Did she say something was coming to an end, or it's not the end, or?
She kept saying that
we'll continue to fight.
We'll continue to fight. This is not what we voted for. She said, this is not what we voted for.
Okay, maybe that was for. There's a lot of confusion, but this is not what we were doing. Okay. So.
And if you go and you watch her concession speech and you watch what she's saying, especially at the very end when she says that how do you pronounce it, Jen? Adage about the stars. She keeps repeating it, and when you look at her, it's like she's emphasizing this one point. Okay. So we'll get to that in a second, but.
Yeah. So the victory was burdened, the American votes, and she knew a lot of people were watching, and she's putting that energy of moving forward out there, but she knows the votes are being investigated and that they're too low. But this was a very clear message to also the world about this transition and what we're going through. It was kind of a hang on. Yeah, and trying to repeat that she comes from a place of love. So it was kind of a, love wins over darkness.
Right.
I get the lilies, the tree, and the anchor. It was coded, and it was coded to keep people calm. Keep people calm, because the difference between us and the crazies over there is now everybody, if you stop watching the news and everybody finger pointing and the Dems need to do this and the Dems need to do that and da-da-da-da-da-da, calm down for a minute and look at what just happened. We've never seen anything like this before. The votes were totaled in one night. Stuff didn't make sense. ballots are missing, bomb threats happening all over the place. Keep people calm, make them feel safe, give them faith in something. We got this. Just hang on a second, and what's interesting is all these are time cards. So this is telling me that she's letting them know, be calm, stay patient, So to the second part of that question, if you don't mind, Jenny, she talked at the very end of her speech, she talks about that old, how do you pronounce it? Adage?
Adage.
An adage about the stars. And she said it's only in the darkest nights when you can see the brightest stars. And she kept saying it, and then she kept saying it, and she's like, brilliant, billions of stars. And if you watch her facial expression, it's like, and I'm wondering, not just metaphorically speaking of Starlink, but metaphorically in my Lenny's, when I heard that and I saw it, and I was like, wait a minute, in the Lenny's, the stars is the card for something vast and broad. Okay. And she's telling you have to wait for it to be the darkest so that you can see the brightest stars. How widespread is this thing? Right. We have to go through this period where it hurts and be patient so we can see how widespread,
how fast it is,
widespread this is, so we can get a hold of it, because this would be the biggest freaking sting operation ever, because now you have Trump and all his goonies, so that's how I understood it in my head. I didn't think Starlink. I was thinking, how widespread is it in my mind?
We've already, as you pointed out in a text you sent me, the Mexico president already said, I'm not accepting Trump. There was a guy in Scotland in their parliament that went on a rant about Trump. So the world leaders and NATO, our allies, we have to be very careful, because the impact on the whole world when we blow this up, it's huge.
It's huge
for entertainment purposes only.
And here's the card of the stars. Okay. And I always say this when I'm doing grand tableaus and stuff. This is something vast. It's huge. So when she said, only in the darkness can we see the stars, and I'm thinking she wants to see the map when everything is done, so that they can see exactly where all this stuff happened and how widespread it was, how vast of an operation this was.
Because Petty Trump made it too big.
He made it too big because of his ego. Like Lori was saying, they got too greedy, So, I mean, that's how I took it. I could be living in a Delulu land over here, but that's how I understood it.
Yeah.
So, did you have a question about it? That the vastness, like
did you want to ask something else about the stars?
The vastness of it.
Yeah, if that's what she meant. Let's rephrase it.
What did she mean by the stars?
What did she mean by that?
The darkest,
the dark
night sky to see the brightest stars.
Because she said billions, bright billions of stars, and she had a look on her face when she said that, and I'm like, "Oh, girl, I see you."
Billions sounds like she might be referencing money too.
And not just that, but Mr. Teletubby too.
Right.
Do we have a whole bunch of cryptocurrency transactions going on that Intel's aware of, or money appearing new places?
So yeah, that was the question. What did she mean by that?
Oh, interesting. Michelle Langford saying the stars were used as a code by Harriet Tubman due to slavery for freedom. Interesting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
We need a decoder to decode Kamala too.
Well,
what did Kamala mean? What did Kamala mean about her darkest night of the soul?
Taylor Swift, and if the Swifties know something, it's Taylor Swift is always speaking in code. So I'm over here in Delulu land, even though I don't listen to Taylor Swift. But I was thinking,
not to be conspiratorial, but smart people speak in code a lot of times.
She's over there playing chess, and Donald Trump's eating the freaking pieces off the checkerboard because he thinks they're Oreo cookies. I mean, that's how out of his element he is. that's how.
Please don't talk about other readers in the chat that aren't here to defend themselves or anything. I don't go on other readers' channels and talk about what I get. Please don't do that. It's distracting to us as readers.
I didn't see it. I don't know, but yes, she was talking about how the power, where the power is in the sky, in the clouds, where the power is, and when the lightning flashes, and you can see. Yes, so that's yes, so that's it. So it's the revelation.
So do you think that's what she wanted? Was just stay calm. We want to see how big this thing is.
Yes, we can't see clearly right now. We cannot see clearly right now where the power stick is, and then the revelation.
That's interesting because didn't just in like October, didn't we have like a power outages and stuff that were targeted?
I don't know.
Relating with Starlink, I can't remember now. She was trying to get attention to the fact that our votes are being protected, that there are agreements that were betrayals to our country here, to America. So she was trying to kind of shift attention to we're aware, we're not accepting this. And she's like, give time here and the leader will be blocked.
And here's the difference.
Surprises coming. Surprises.
Here's the difference. Before she even, as soon as he got close to 270, she immediately conceded. Immediately, she conceded. What did Trump do in 2020? They stole it! They stole it! Like he went
something lawsuits.
He went nuts. What did Kamala Harris do? Very gracefully, like a queen. Very demurely, like a freaking queen. She went over there and said, you know what? I concede. Shut him up right there. Okay. And the difference is we stayed calm. We're not going to go and storm the Capitol on January 6th. That's not going to be us. So I asked, what did she mean by that adage? I got the clouds, the house, the man. There's a lot of confusion and a lot of chaos around this man trying to get into the house. But he lost. He's done. The end. Kaput. Be patient. Stay calm. Be patient. Stay calm.
That's like wait till the code is cracked.
Yeah.
Hey, Susan Lynn.
And then
he in the chat.
And then the facade comes flying off the building.
Yeah.
And that's what Spoonamore, that I keep talking about his videos, has been posting on Twitter. They got the codes. But we can trace it. We can track it down.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep. And then when everything is done, when everybody's done counting votes, because they're still counting votes, then you can start looking at where there's irregularities and discrepancies, because it's going to be very interesting when you have certain counties reporting 87 million votes for men, but there's only a population of 50. Do you see what I'm saying?
Or down ballot is all Democrat, but they voted for Trump.
And
so I want to know, because intuitively what I'm picking up on is that the down ballot votes, there were certain people in Congress that were targeted to boost up, just like they boosted Trump, because he wanted his minions in Congress, right? He wants control of the House and the Senate. I want to know, like it shows in Ted Cruz and Colin Allred's GT that you did, Becca, that the only way Colin would lose is if there was cheating. I want to know, will they find evidence of down ballot votes that were manipulated?
Okay, so you guys, I could only stay for the first hour. So, because
Thank you so much for joining us, Lori. Come back again.
For hosting. All right. I want to stay, but I can't. Okay. Much love to you.
And I forgot to say, Adrian couldn't make it today.
Until it happens. Stay calm. It's coming.
It's coming.
Bye.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Love you, Lori.
Bye. Yeah, it's funny because Trump's astrology in March is horrible. off camera, Becca and I were pulling some cards that were showing he has a real rough time in March.
So what was the question?
Down ballots, will they find concrete evidence that down ballot votes were changed or manipulated? Thank you, Karen Conroy, for repeating the questions for us.
I said, just give me a second. I'm going to mute so I can,
Okay.
I can think.
If I get these cards anymore, a global betrayal to America, that's my America card.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. There were agreements made with Trump to get him in the White House and to give strength to other congressional members, throw out certain ones and give strength to others. There's a big yes on that.
I got a yes too. They split the ticket. It was too obvious. Because they were trying to do it. They were trying to satisfy something, but they split right here. Because I got the lilies and the bouquet. Those are two of the botanicals. Okay, two of the botanicals. So I'm only missing one. And there's your split. So it's, in other words, what do flowers do? They smell, don't they? This stinks to high heaven. It smells.
That smell too.
It smells. If you read it, bouquet, it was bouquet lilies, crossroads. It smells a lot. The election smells. Do you see what I'm saying? So
will we, in the recounting, because and thank you everybody for the super chats, Elizabeth there. I've missed a whole bunch of you. Henry, Anna, Courtney, Rose Blue, Judy. Thank you guys for all the super chats if I'm missing them. Will we see changes on the congressional people that were elected when they recount?
Okay.
Will we see changes in who was elected to Congress? Congress includes Senate and House. Will we see changes? Elle, we're going to read on that in a minute.
What were
Will
they
we see on Russia's pictures of Melania they've been posting?
Mm-hmm.
Will we see changes in Congress?
Just for the new people, or I'm not sure if anybody's new, we don't take questions from the chat on Sundays. Usually we post on Saturdays on Jen's channel or my channel on the community page. We'll make a post that says questions for Sunday. If you go there on Saturdays, dump your question in there because we don't take them from the chat. Otherwise, we would never get to, I mean, anything really. So
yeah, there's a lot of them that are gaslit. It's like they already have knowledge of which ones to look into, that where votes were transferred to help. It's all a facade. It's all a facade. So, taking some lower, this is the investigator coming in, stealing, again, Russia, taking an action, hacking. So I get, yes, there will be changes, victory on that.
I get a yes, but it's going to take time. It's going to
Yes.
take time.
Some
This
may
is
go to
not,
court. Some
this
may
is
go to
not-
court.
yeah, it's not something that's going to happen in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 months, 5 months. Anchor, Lilies, and the Key. So that would be like, yes, you've arrived at it, but it's going to take time. You need to be patient with that process, because it just doesn't. You cannot tell me that Arizona went for Gallego over crazy lady Carrie Lake, and then put Trump at the top of the ticket when she was obviously the best choice if you're going to vote for Trump, just in that area. The same thing in North Carolina. The entire state of North Carolina voted blue down ballot, but then decided to vote for Trump at the top. They made it too obvious. It's going to take time. Be patient, but don't despair.
I've always gotten that we Democrats would get the Senate and the House, and I know they're still counting on the House. They've given the Senate to Republicans, but the discrepancies are going to jump out. There's certain targeted ones, and I think Ted Cruz may be one. I don't know who else.
Ted Cruz is most definitely one of them, and it shows in his grand tableau that there's major effery in the courts for him, and major effery in the courts around the 3 justices that are there in his state. But he didn't win that. He did not win his seat.
So let's get really petty for a minute. Russian TV, which is dictated to by Putin, is posting nudes of Melania. And the newscasters are trying not to giggle while they're doing it, while they're showing them. But they're showing all the nude photos of Melania. And they wouldn't do that unless that was directed by Putin, because that's Russian state TV.
That is a dig.
Why?
A dig.
Why is Putin trying to embarrass Trump? Why? Yeah, Rick Scott's another one. He lost all those Puerto Rican votes in Florida. And there's no way he won. I think he's one they'll have to look at. What nude photos of Melania? Oh, please go Google that. They're all over. She's done so much soft porn. It's not funny. If you haven't seen those, you're living in a cave. They've been out there for years.
She's flat as a board. Girl's got no ass. Her boobs are fake. It's just like. Mm-mm. And I'm only saying that about her because she's a horrible human being. Normally, I don't talk about women like that unless you're Melania Trump. Then yes, because
you're talking about nasty people in a nasty way. If you don't like it, move along. Why is Putin trying to embarrass Trump? After helping him manipulate the election, why is he trying to embarrass Trump? Yeah, PP tape next. Oh, he's gaslighting. He's trying to cover up. He helped him.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to like move forward, throw everybody off balance to give a different perspective about what happened with Russia, transferring stuff to help him win. It's for security reasons, because it's all an image that globally, America did vote for Trump. No, they're gaslighting. They're trying to make it look like, oh no, we don't like Trump. We don't favor Trump. What are you getting?
Tower letter clouds, coffin, garden. Their first read, there's an official document that he wants him to end. Put an end to this. So I don't know if this is because I get no money cards here. I don't know if this is aid to go to Ukraine or something. He wants it
Or
dead.
NATO agreement or something.
It's not NATO because I don't have the ring. Okay. It's a bill or mail or something like that. He wants it. He doesn't want it moving, but it's official. It's an official document of some sort that he doesn't want to go through because it's going to cause him problems. The second interpretation of that is that there is official documents that are extremely problematic that are inside of a coffin in a big park.
There we go again. They're going to dig that Ivana up. Yeah.
We were talking, Jen and I were talking yesterday because I was looking at Elon Musk's grand tableau, and I did in part 2 of the grand tableau that I did for Elon Musk. I said Elon Musk knows what's in the secrets that Donald Trump stole are in that coffin in the park where there's a woman that's resting. He knows what's in Ivana's coffin. And then we did a double line of 5. Remember that 10-inch binder with all the Russian information? That's in the coffin. It's in the coffin. You're going to have to exhume Ivanka. I mean, Ivana's not even there. They probably took that woman and threw her in the freaking ditch or the river and used the coffin to stick all the stuff in there, you know? So I'm getting that it's an official document that's very problematic to him. That's it's in a cemetery. Okay. And there's also something here where there may have been a threat of unaliving because it shows up twice here. This shows up twice. This right here is just as bad as the coffin because the tower is longevity, followed by the clouds, that's illness and death. And then it's followed by this. So I'm thinking, yeah, we'll help you. But, you know, that would
know we could take you out.
Yeah. Remember that last rally you went to? You don't step in line. You don't stay in. We'll help you get in there, but you're ours now, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's little puppet.
Unaliving shows up twice in this spread. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
And if I remember right, it kind of came up in a thing Johnny did also.
Oh, did it?
So,
okay.
Yeah, in his video where he was announcing he wasn't going to be doing
readings,
political readings anymore, it does show that something subtly. So
yeah, this is
a little bit of a threat. It's
a little bit. It was big because he's letting him know right there. I told you the unaliving shows up twice. It shows up twice. And then you have the garden. So it's almost like, yeah, remember that time you had that rally? We can make that happen. Remember that time you were at your golf course? We can make that happen. Watch where you step. You know, you might
fall in a hole too.
Yeah. Because it's very interesting that unaliving showed up twice. So that's what I'm getting. All right, what you got? Oh, Ivana was cremated? Well, they need to go.
That coffin weighed an awful lot, didn't it?
They need to exhume that coffin because that 10-inch binder is in there with a bunch of other stuff too. And Elon Musk knows, the Teletubby knows what's in there. So
Mitch McConnell has called for early voting for the Republican majority leader because now they're going to be the Senate majority leader the way the election stands right now. And up for this is Rick Scott, John Cornyn, and John Thune. Rick Scott is definitely a Trump supporter. He's far out there. John Cornyn goes both ways. John Thune is a little more in the vein. He's under Mitch, like second in control of the Senate.
I know who John Thune is. He's the one that looks like Lurch, right? From the Addams Family, tall guy. Okay, so all right.
So Rick Scott, John Cornyn, and John Thune. Doom. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right.
So what's the question?
Which one of them? See, I think Rick Scott's gonna. I think he's like Cruz. I feel like he's gonna get reversed in a recount.
Yeah, but that
But that
is gonna
that could take a
long
while.
time.
But who's gonna win the Republican majority leader? Republican leadership. Rick Scott, John Cornyn, or John Thune? I'm getting Thune. I'm getting Rick Scott is going to be put in defense mode. It's like, hang on, buddy. Something's not right with him. I'm getting John Cornyn loses. I'm getting by a small amount of votes. Thune. What are you getting?
I'm getting somebody that has already had the reins in a lesser capacity, and they move it forward. It transitions.
That's Thune. That's Thune because he's next in line behind.
He's close and committed to the person that's already there, and he transitions. So,
Wow.
Braxy,
So
Black Bear. You guys see her jumping up on the bed. You guys should have heard her earlier before the show. She was over here throwing a fit again. Braxy being Braxy.
our little pony in the background.
Where's
We've got we got a guest.
Oh my God!
Just watch a little while we do a couple of more readings.
I'll do a reading with you if you want.
Wait,
Okay.
wait, Jenny, I have to ask Johnny,
These terrible suppressions, lady.
Johnny, how was you must report, how was the salad and the breadsticks? What?
Johnny's celebrating his niece's birthday, and he sent us a picture of this awesome cake, and we're like, okay, how are you not diving into that face first?
You didn't like the salad and breadsticks? Oh my God. Okay, we can't be friends anymore because
Then we went and never mind the people in the background, cut their face off. We had tiramisu. That's what they gave her that for her birthday. And we went there. But
no.
the only thing I remember about Olive Garden is the breadsticks were super, super salty. It's the same. And the salad is from the bag, so it's.
I love their salad and breadsticks. Like, I'll never get anything else. Johnny, I'm gonna send you. I didn't send this to you earlier because I didn't want to bother you because I know you're like over it. But check your phone. I don't know if you have it on you, but I found that picture and I'm like, yeah, that's petty AF, and Johnny's gonna love it. Let me see. Somebody made that cartoon. And
the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
It says, I made a cartoon of the U.S. election, and I said it was the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Is that a worm coming?
Yes, that's a worm. For those of you not in the know, somebody made a.
That's a couch. Oh Jesus!
A couch.
Do you see he's
A
writing?
cooler.
He's writing on a cooler that says "horse meat," and he's got a.
Y'all play too much. Whoever did that. Y'all.
You had a whole shark's head on your roof of your car and a bear in your truck. Come on.
So this is, I found this on Twitter, or not Twitter, TikTok. Somebody made this, and it says, I made a cartoon of the election. Well, there's Elon Musk riding his Tesla truck. Can you see his face? Can you see his face? And what does the shirt say? Wait, what does the shirt say?
Occupy Mars.
Occupy Mars. And there's JD Vance in his diapers humping a couch that's flying.
No, I think he has nothing on. I think he's got his shirt pulled up. He's got nothing on. He's humping a couch.
He's humping a couch. And there's Donald Trump all orange riding a pony with his little, his little getup when they took him to the field trip in the garbage truck. And then here in the corner, that's RFK Jr. with a worm coming out of his head. Hold on. I got to zoom that in. He's got a worm coming out.
Look how tiny they made Trump's hands and how orange his little face is.
On a cooler that says horse meat. I was like,
That's my kind of cartoon.
We'll post it on the community tab so y'all can see.
Yeah, the apocalypse. That's what I called it, because it didn't have a title, and I was like, this is freaking perfect. It's ridiculous. The most stupidest thing. I mean, TikTok has been on fire with the petty, and I'm here for it, dude. Like, John, I ended up on Witch Talk on TikTok, Johnny. They're all cursing Trump, putting
They playing no games right now.
Him and Nick Fuentes, who said your body, my choice, he's getting doxxed here in Illinois. They are camping out and doxing his house. They published his home address.
Everybody's like, you know what, if the government ain't gonna fight, then we are.
We'll take it to the streets and fight.
Lord.
Johnny, you want to do one or two political questions?
I got cards. You come on with it. I'm here.
I want to know: will U.S. intelligence agencies have concrete evidence that will affect or change our election results before January 6th?
I'm going to set this one out.
Will U.S. intelligence agencies have concrete evidence that will affect or change our election results before January 6th?
I have to concentrate.
Yeah.
I saved a bunch of videos that I'm going to share with you, Johnny, because I was in here laughing like a freaking hyena. Matt comes in here, he's like, what the hell's wrong with you? I was like, there was this girl that was beating the crap out of Bob. I was like, oh dear God. Like, I almost peed. Bob is like a mannequin. Oh my God. I lost it. I'm like, I'm here for the petty.
Election night, when we went live, with all the guest readers and stuff, I had the worst headache. And that's when totals were starting to come in and finalizing. I had the worst headache for that 2 hours of that live stream. I didn't talk about it, but it's like energetically, I was picking up on something ain't right. And then they announced it at midnight that he had won. Beck and I, called each other, started pulling cards at 1 a.m. until 3 a.m.
What did we both say?
My headache went away immediately as soon as I acknowledged, he stole this.
When Peanut came in here, because we were gone already, Peanut came in here, he's like, well, he won. And I got up, I went and I grabbed my tableaus, I went and got every single one of my books, and I just started pouring into it. I was like, oh, the hell no, he didn't. What were you saying, Johnny? I didn't mean to.
When we asked the question on the election night, is she going to win? And I said, I'm not pulling because my nerves are bad enough already. I pulled one card and I didn't like it. I put it back in. That's when I said, okay, I'm not pulling. My nerves are bad. I pulled the 5 of Swords. That's the card of defeat. And I'm like, okay, I'm not pulling. my nerves are bad, and that didn't help. And so,
Swords winning at all costs. Isn't that the sneaky guy? That's the
Yeah.
They stole it from her, Johnny. Your
and
cards were
the reason I say is I got it now. Is 5 of Swords, 8 of Swords. Will they find concrete evidence that changes anything? I don't think so. Will they find concrete evidence is a whole different question, and I think sure. But you can find anything. Who's going to act on it is a whole nother thing. Because I got the 8 of Cups. There is the abandonment of some current project. There's the justice there. So there's your alphabet communities, the CEIs and the IEAs and all that type of stuff. And then there's the 6 of Cups, which is nostalgia. So whatever happened in the past, because we've been here before, I believe is returning to our present. That's what I get.
So you feel like Trump will probably still be inaugurated?
I don't feel that way, but that's for a completely different reason. But
You think somebody's going to pew him?
I think he's
We
not
talked
long.
about that earlier.
He's going to get
Like,
pew?
somebody take him out.
Mhm.
Because I did ask who was going to be inaugurated, and I got the King of Pentacles, which is J.D. Vance. But that doesn't mean he's inaugurated on the 6th. It just could mean
For the 20th.
Donald Trump makes it until February 3rd, and then we got somebody else. But that's just my hunch. Again, that's hearsay. I don't know anything.
Yeah, I get the manipulation will not be accepted, that the woman won. There's foreign leader interference here, and it's taking some time to make the connection, the links. But they get the links to Russia through communications or transactions done on the internet. Definitely overseas involvement. I do get, yes, they will have they will be successful at getting concrete evidence.
Because he did not win Arizona. He didn't win North Carolina for sure. He didn't win Pennsylvania for sure. I would bet anything on North Carolina and Pennsylvania. I don't care what the numbers.
In Michigan, with all the unionized workers.
But he did not win those states for absolute
Money.
sure. And he definitely didn't win those states. One of the states came in, mind you, it was a red state. It was like Kansas or Kentucky, one of them K's. And it came in, projected winner Donald Trump, basically when they started counting. And you could look at the thing, everybody had a 0%, and it still had him as a check per.
And another thing, Johnny, another thing. You mean to tell me he won every single swing state on top of the popular vote when he left here with he was 7 million underwater when he left on the popular vote, and he made that swing all the way back?
Yeah.
And the blue wall?
You
No.
can't tell me in Michigan that has a lot of unions, especially in the auto industry, where they call him a scab, that Michigan went to him. No way.
No.
And Wisconsin too, where Tim Walz is from,
Yeah, no way.
and Philly, and
Yeah.
New
And
York.
Kari Lake loses to a Democrat. The porn guy loses to a Democrat. But
Mhm.
both of those states go to Donald Trump.
Yeah, no, it stinks to high heaven.
Mhm. You can give me Florida and Texas. Okay, I expected those. But all these other ones, yeah, no, sir. You might as well say New York and California went to him too.
And they try to make it look like that. If you look at the map, it's only the coastal cities that are blue. I was like, that ain't Cali. That's not the Cali I'm living in. Maybe the central and the east, but not the way that they had us all like marginalized to the coast.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
that's because what I said is everybody said she was going to win because she did. We know what happened.
And wouldn't it be funny if the numbers that are being projected now are really hers and it was really her landslide? Wouldn't that
I
be
think her number's even higher because we also know there were votes that were thrown out that they're going to have trouble finding. I think her number is closer to 90 million. Joe Biden had 82 million. I think her number's closer to 90. I think Trump is lucky if he got 55 million. I really do.
Yeah.
50 to 55 million. I don't think he got that many.
Yeah.
So let's just flat out ask, who will be the 47th president? I've asked this of Lenormand. I'm going to ask it of my tarot. Who will be the 47th president of the United States?
Me.
Can I be vice president? I'll be vice president.
No, I think you should be attorney general.
Oh, yes.
My
Yes.
son's been a figurehead,
Here's one.
so you need
Whoa.
a more active role, I think.
Oh, I would love that.
Who will be inaugurated as the 47th president of the United States? Well, that's interesting.
They said Johnny, president of the Olive Garden. He's like,
Let's go out and take it back. Mm-mm-mm.
he's like, no, thank you. I don't like the.
I don't think I really ate anything. I had a little this, a little that, a little this, a little that, and then I walked out full type of thing.
Mm-mm.
The waitress was awesome, though.
Oh, that's nice. So you didn't even like the food?
No,
Did your niece enjoy it at least? Or
yes. And we went there for her, so that's all that really mattered.
yeah. Because that would suck if you guys, take her and she picked the place and then it's like the worst meal of her life. You
And
know?
she's never been there at all, and
Mhm.
so it's like, and it's around the corner from here, so it's like, let's go.
What you getting, Johnny?
I don't want to share, but I'm going to anyway. There's the Queen of Swords. Libra woman. I don't know.
Yeah. I get the details that they're holding very close to their chest, reassessing because of overseas influence, like what's happened before. I get everything changes for Trump, crash and burn, and I get the woman gets the growth.
Now,
There's
mind you,
meddling, hacking, whatever you want to call it, all kinds of espionage, corruption, whatever in our election.
because it is. I just don't believe they're going to fight for it personally. Just outside of cards and all that, it just doesn't look like they're heading in that direction to say this was stolen. Let's recount everything, type of thing.
Mhm.
But I mean, stranger things have happened. So let's.
I know that you were out, but I went on this whole spiel about how I read too many books. So in my Delulu fanfic head, I wrote this whole timeline for myself because she said, I'm here to prosecute the case against Donald Trump. And she's the AG and he's, she's the prosecutor and he's the felon. So they sprung a trap, caught him. And at the meeting on Wednesday, when he goes to the White House, they're going to friggin' just, Donald Trump, you're under arrest for blah, 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 blah. Just that's right there for us. I have it all planned out like a movie in my head, Johnny. This is what happens when I read.
I've been watching him for, what was it? We got Becca 32 months.
32 months.
32 months when I was reading with Lenormand off camera. 32 months. It's like, and when he said, I don't need your votes, that was like, okay, go, with our intel. That was.
And another thing also that I would like to know, Jamie Raskin has been adamant about saying, I don't care if he wins by the Constitution, we will not let him in. We will not let him in because of, the 14th Amendment, Section 3 about insurrectionist. So
Mhm.
I don't know.
Let's ask, will Jamie Raskin be able to stop him from coming in? As an insurrectionist.
You know what I think is,
No, go ahead, Johnny.
just the saddest is the people who did vote for him. I don't really fully believe you understood what you voted for.
And here's the thing. I was talking to Jenny about this, Johnny, and I told her, I was like, this is perfect. Because now while they're doing whatever it is that they're doing, because she's already sending out the emails for money for a recount, because I got one. Perfect time, because now all the people that were duped, MAGA's coming out showing their ass. Oh, you're black, you voted for us, go F yourself. We don't need you. Oh, you're Latino and you voted for us, yeah, we're deporting you. Steve Miller's writing up the denaturalization papers. Oh, you voted for us, this company's shutting down because in preparation for the tariffs. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, it helps to at least get some people to see what they voted for. And it kind of helps to quell civil unrest because people that were duped, not the hardcore MAGA, like people that were just duped, so that might help some, I don't know.
Because if our groceries go up as blue people, yours do too. The grocery store doesn't screen blue and red people when they come through. If Social Security gets cut, yours does too. Like, I don't think you understood what you voted for, but would he be able to keep them out or him out there if he has some sort of collaborative effort with the Three of Pentacles and the Moon card? He still has some joining up of support to do, but there's the Page of Wands and the Eight of Swords. So yes, there is some sort of delay or limiting of a person's power and ability. So I think so. If he can get this Three of Pentacles all together, and
he's quite anxious. I get, again, the woman wins, but I get he's successful at constricting him. But I think the news about the surprising news about foreign involvement and the lie that he won is going to come out. And I get Trump is out in the cold from the office. So I don't think it'll come to that point where Jamie has to do it. Okay. Final petty question of the night. Somebody asked this, and I thought, what better way to just say it? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Why are we going through this in America? What does Spirit have to say? Pardon my language. If you don't like salty language, go watch someone else.
This one doesn't feel like our lesson anymore. This feels like the lesson of those in charge who need to, because we were wondering, all of us readers and people watching, what about the security? Are they prepared for that? And it seems like not so much. And maybe that's their lesson now. Because if Elon Musk can do it for him, then who can do it for us type thing? And then do you even have an election anymore? You just got computer systems that pick a person.
Sage, I thought it was a brilliant question. So
let's see. Why?
What the actual? Somebody corrected her on her. What the fuck? Somebody said no. What the actual?
Why?
Why?
This is from a spiritual standpoint, because that's what it started with the Star card. The star is more of an energy healing. It's the guiding star. It's the thing that's supposed to guide you, period. Because the Star of the Magi, which is what's on the star, led the almost at the horse, led the wise man to Jesus. So it leads a person to its salvation or a person to its help. That's what this is supposed to be. The other three cards are ones you should avoid at all costs. There's the Devil, isn't he pretty? There's the Three of Swords, which is betrayal and heartbreak, and there's the Nine of Swords, which is anxiety. Do not fear, do not panic, don't bury your head in the sand either, but don't fear, don't panic. There is nothing that is going to happen to you that it was not designed to happen in the first place. Okay, your future is kind of pre-written that way, but don't fear, don't panic. Those emotions do not serve you. So there is something around having faith, but with an action. You can see the Star of the Magi, but if you don't walk towards it, then you never find your salvation. So you have a plan, you formulate it, you go there, you avoid this. You have to formulate the plan. You have to believe in the plan. Remember, Noah built a boat in the middle of a desert. But when it started to rain, then he didn't look so crazy. And so you have to formulate the plan and carry it out no matter what it looks like.
Faith.
There's your
Trust
lesson.
it.
Yes.
What is it? The preacher said, thus therein is the lesson.
Mhm.
You sound like a preacher sometimes, Jody. Yeah, I'm getting like, this is grounded kind of Mother Earth energy and grounding women. It's like, learning to protect the lesser of us, learning to take care of those, the feminine energy moving in and helping with those who are stuck, trapped, defenseless, and looking for guidance. It's the last hurrah. It's like women that have been betrayed, especially Kamala Harris. It's sending a big message from the heart chakra I'm getting to men. So it's the last hurrah of the patriarchal society.
Makes sense too.
I did a double line of 5, and it's heart, bear, anchor, man, and rider. Desire for men to be powerful and in control. And those are the ones that move forward or get ahead in life. But there's also a crap ton of resources there. So power and money. Greed. Basically. And then below it, it's the ring, the mountain, and then the 3 celestials. There's relationships or contracts or agreements that we need to ixnay, in order for us to be successful. And also relationships that we have with enemies that maybe we see them as friends, but maybe we'd be best to keep them at an arm's length. We shouldn't exactly be, and then the bear sits over the mountain. Keep huge money and interest out because
Get the money out of politics.
get the money out of politics in order for us to be successful. So it's men that are greedy, that are just wanting money and power and control, keeping the boot on everybody else's neck, so I have no female cards at all here at all. It's male dominated.
Yeah, that's going to shift. We got Pluto getting ready to go into Aquarius next week, I believe. So
isn't Pluto where all of your comes to the surface?
Yep.
Corruption comes up, but moving into Aquarius is about the people, raising the people from the bottom up, not Capricorn, which is top down, capitalism, oligarchs, all that crap.
Capricorn is very executive, like the CEOs and stuff. Those kind of people, the people that like to climb the corporate ladder and be the CEOs and CFOs, that kind of energy, where Aquarius is more humanitarian, like the hippie, so.
I got one more petty question. Nick Fuentes, getting doxxed. How's he feeling now in his? He came out and said, "Your body, my choice," and the women went in an uproar and they gave out his home address all over the internet, and he's doxxed now.
Your balls, my scissors, right here. Actually, this might be too big. I might need my toenail clippers.
Did he say this recently?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what did he say again?
He said it either Friday or Saturday, and the women went in and doxed him. So they posted his home address here in Illinois, Berwyn, Illinois. You can see it all over Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And he had to pay Google to blur the image out of his apartment home.
And it wasn't just that, Johnny. The whole rant that he went on was disgusting.
Yeah.
He's like, this is going to be like the Taliban, but worse. I'm going to control what you eat, what you wear, what you do with your hair, how you paint your nails, what you do. Like, I mean, it was the
you can't even control your own life.
I was like, oh, honey, I hope some girl with some serious rage shows up at your house. It was just gross. I mean, I get that he does it to be a troll, but what he has said has consequences, because now you have a bunch of guys running around telling women, your body, my choice.
Mm-hmm. But mind you,
Meanwhile,
people like Andrew Tate, they have fans.
Yeah.
which means they have a shared mindset, which means
Yeah.
there is some woman in their life they think that about.
Mhm.
The toxic masculinity, his former classmates from school are talking about how he, crapped his pants all the time when he was a kid in school and mom had to come pick it. I mean, they are trashing him. It's hysterical. I'm not for bullying in school, but he's a grown
that
man
one
now.
right
Bully the
there.
crap away on him.
That one right there, I agree with that, Petty, because now you're putting other women at risk.
You're telling men it's okay to rape or be aggressive with women.
Yeah. And I was talking to Mom. She was telling me on the phone today that they were doing that to her granddaughter at her college. People were telling her, your body, my choice. I was like,
Yeah.
Yo,
your body, my fist is what they'd find out from me.
Well, then your body, my choice then.
Yeah.
Carrie, that's not the problem because they can't get laid anyways to begin with. Check their hand and see how calloused it is.
As they say, the Four Sisters on Thumb Street.
Yeah. So how's he feeling about being doxxed?
Yeah. How's he feeling? Because now they're coming after you, and he's gotten some threats, some very specific threats.
And to get super petty, when I stumbled across witch talk and I got stuck over there, they were cursing him too. I mean, it was the most.
Now,
you got all the witches coming after you, man.
it is that time though for the resurgence of the witches, though, isn't it? That's why it's been highlighted in the news where there are certain places in the United States where it's still illegal. I do think, though, oddly enough, and I could be projecting, that somebody is successful. He's very afraid, like paranoid afraid. There's the Page of Swords and there's the Moon. Page of Swords is always is a negative for me. It's in his mind. And then the Moon is lunacy. It's illusions of the mind. It creates shadows. It shapes out of shadows type of thing. He is having some manic moments. Here is the feminine energy with the Empress card. And then there's the Five of Swords where there's nothing but defeat and that type of thing. There's the Sun and the Chariot. I think this is a collaborative effort and it is successful. So is he afraid? Or how is he feeling? He's very paranoid. He might actually be up at night or sleeping or hiding under his bed or something. Like there's a shadow moving in his house. There's something, how you out of the corner of your eye, you see something walk past or something make a shadow. He's saying a lot of that and he's very paranoid.
Johnny, you should see the witches that are patrons of Hecate. They were cursing his house to get haunted.
Yeah, you got the right ones right there. Yeah, you got the right ones right there.
Send all our female ancestors over there to walk around his house a little bit.
They were cursing us to get his house haunted so that he would not know peace.
They're doing it. Or somebody is. I don't know who. If something is happening on that front.
I'm telling you, go to Witch Talk. That place is on fire right now. Cursing people
Don't
left
thought
and right.
there won't be none. That's all that means.
Naive, regrets, dark night of the soul. He sleeps with his lights on, y'all. He feels very constricted by the strength of what's turning out. Just sending him a message. Women are going to continue to burden him and explode all over his butt. They're not going to let this go. This isn't we doxed him this weekend. No, you watch. They will continue to pummel his ass all the way in the ground.
What was it? What was that? Did you hear that? What was it? What was that?
They were cursing him with Hecate. They were cursing him with Aphrodite. I mean, they were cursing voodoo and voodoo shit all over the place. I was like, oh my God, this guy.
Your body, my choice. Your house, my ghost.
Yeah. I get the key, the dog, and the clouds. He doesn't know what to trust, who to trust. He is confused. If he orders, he's afraid to order DoorDash. He's afraid to open the door because he doesn't.
His access to security is clouded. His access to trust is clouded. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I like have fun eating toilet paper. You know,
Your house, my ghost.
it was. I was laughing on TikTok so bad.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, I mean, power to the witches, man. You.
I mean, maybe you should watch the shite that falls out of your mouth. That's all I'm saying.
Those witches are badass bitches. I mean, they were cursing him like nobody's business. I was like,
Because
oh,
your body, my choice is a curse too.
mm-hmm.
Because what you just said to me could be an actual law somewhere because that's what they're trying to do anyway. And so let's fight fire with fire.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me how to respond because you can't control that. All you could do is control your actions. And so if you want to get your stupid greasy lips on the internet and start talking all this kind of stuff, then let's do it.
Come on, bring it, Nick Fuentes. Bring it. We are going after your
I
ass.
saw somebody on the chat say thoughts and prayers. Dude, the left is getting petty. They're like concepts of thoughts and prayers. Like everything is a concept. I was like,
Thoughts and prayers. But what kind of thoughts and prayers? You really want to
concepts.
see?
We have concepts of thoughts and prayers.
Got you.
Oh Lord.
I know the devil by name. Don't play with me.
Johnny, would you like to say anything else before we go? We got over 3,000 people here watching us tonight.
No, I'll see you again.
He's not going anywhere.
Uh-uh.
And we're still texting him all the time. We are totally in touch.
I'll see y'all every
Yep.
Sunday. We got to have a gossip now, man. So, you know,
Yeah.
that's what
Get
happens
it.
after it goes off. So,
Never say never. He may take a break from political readings and decide, okay, well, maybe I'll just.
I just don't want to do it all the time, but
Yeah.
I can still do it. I mean, it's not, it's heavy when I have to do it every single day.
Oh, I understand.
So you can join Petty Boots. Just let us know anytime you want to come in. We'll
And
have
you
you
better
here.
believe that when the drama and the crap choo-choo hits the fan, you're gonna be over here. Because I know you like the gossip. Like Lena said,
When he finally gets his comeuppance, yeah, I know Johnny will be here to revel in it with us. Not that we're supposed to revel in it, but we're petty over here. It's petty too. So
I'm tired of being the bigger person. The Bible is full of people turning the other cheek, and my name ain't in there.
Yep. That's why I say I'm not Mother Teresa.
you don't see Johnny, Becca, or Jennifer in the Bible.
Actually, there is a Sarah. There is a Sarah in the Bible, and a Rebecca too.
Yeah, and both of them
Rebecca,
did.
yeah.
Both of them did, and we ain't. So that's it.
Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. We will be back next week on Becca's channel. So we'll be posting usually on Saturday for questions on our community tabs. Watch for those. I had quite a few questions we didn't get to tonight.
And I would like to say to all of those who have family members who have served in our military, or if you yourself have served in the military, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Veterans Day tomorrow, I forgot.
Veterans Day tomorrow. Your honor, and your service and your sacrifice is greatly appreciated. And I say that as a fellow veteran. And before I go, here's a list of places where I'm going to go tomorrow to get my free shit because I'm a fat ass. Buffalo Wild Wings, go get your free stuff. In-N-Out Burgers, go get your free stuff. California Pizza Kitchen, go get your free stuff. What is this? I can't read. This is not standard. Oh, it's a car wash. And then an oil change. And I can't understand what he wrote. Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme, And there's a couple of other places.
Becca starts in the morning her rounds and goes into the afternoon. Becca, thank you for your service too.
So I'd have food for like 2 days. Is it healthy food? No, but I'm a fat ass. So thank you everybody for your service, for people that have family members or have served. Thank you so much. So
thank you, everyone. Thank you, Becca, for your service too.
Peace out.
Bye, everybody.